Second. Hey everybody, I am so honored and excited to welcome our next guest here on Kempire Radio. She is definitely one of the #1 artists in the gospel arena, even crossover arena. Please welcome to the show for the first time ever, Yolanda Adams.
Hey there!
Yolanda, first of all, I had to wake up this morning and play your version of I Believe I Can Fly. It's so inspiring, and you just take that song to a whole nother level.
Oh, thank you so much.
Why did you decide to remake that song?
Well, you find songs that really resonate with you, and that song had always been a favorite of mine ever since I heard R. Kelly do it.
Yeah.
And I know that, there are a lot of people who go through hard times and things like that, and they just need some inspiration, and I wanted to do it to inspire people.
And you definitely do. You definitely do. And the thing is, I listened to that song a while ago, and then, in preparation for this interview, I totally forgot how much I loved your version of that.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Definitely. I had to start my morning off like that. But Yolanda, let's just kind of rewind a bit. First of all, Billboard magazine has said that you've sold over 4.5 million albums since 1991. They declared you the #1 gospel artist of the last decade. I mean, how does that feel, first of all?
First of all, it feels good. Anytime your peers tell you that your work in any industry has made a difference and it's made an impact on people's lives, it feels really, really great. And second of all, it makes you feel responsible to keep on doing the great work that you've been doing and find ways to incorporate other people because, hey, it's been 30 years I've been in the business, and so now I'm looking for artists that I can mentor and teach what I know. I get them to do the same things that I've done.
And, speaking of your music side of things, you have a new album out called Becoming.
Yes.
Why did you decide to just, title your new album Becoming? What is this album about?
Well, this album is just it's a brief synopsis of my life and how I see my life. And I see my life as every day I'm evolving into a better mom, a better friend, a better person. I would hope that as I get older, I am becoming all God wants me to be.
Most definitely. And I noticed with the new album, there's quite a few up-tempos.
Yes.
Was that on purpose?
Oh, yes, it was definitely on purpose. I am at such a happy place in my life. I am now 50 years old, fabulously 50, and so excited about it. I'm also excited about my daughter and all that she brings to my life. I have the sweetest 10-year-old this side of heaven. She is like the joy of my life. And I wanted people to understand this one thing about Christians. Yes, we love God with all our heart. Yes, we go through things every now and then, but we really do live a joyous life. And I wanted to show that joy in this on this CD, Becoming.
Most definitely. And one thing I wanted to ask you, how is this new album Becoming an evolution from your previous work?
Well, the only evolution is that I wrote every song. I wrote the lyrics to every song. So that's the milestone for this particular album. I just figured, hey, I'm turning 50. Let me do something really, really special. Oh, let me write all the songs on my CD. So that's the reason I did it. Of course, I'm going to always work with my guys, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, but this was something that I did especially for myself, as pretty much as a birthday present to me.
Most definitely. It's definitely a good present.
Hey, thanks.
I read an interview where you talked about your music being a love song from God. Can you kind of explain what you mean by that?
Well, I am always trying to find ways to show people how cool God really is. And, I have a really wonderful relationship with God where God speaks to me in several ways. I love water. So whenever I get near water, I can be near the ocean, I can be on a lake, I can be on a river. It's almost as though I hear the clear voice of God saying, okay, this is where I want you to go with this, and this is where I want you to go with that. Remind my people how much I love them, how much I adore them, that I'm really not out to get them, really do want to bless them. And if they would just take the time to listen to anything I have to say, the results will be mind-blowing.
Wow. I mean, I know you started out as a school teacher and a model. Do you think your job now is still a teacher?
Oh, yeah. I'm teaching the world now.
Most definitely.
I'm teaching the world to be a better world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching people how to be better people. Because that's what's missing in our society. You know, you take a look at the politics of the day. You take a look at our society economically and, you know, finances and everything. We really are in a place where it could turn for the better or it could turn for the worse, according to who you meet on that day.
Yeah, you're right. You're really right. And another thing I saw you talking about the whole idea of religion versus spirituality. And it's a question that we've asked our listeners on Kempire Radio. How would you define religion versus spirituality?
Well, I define religion as a set of rules and stark regulations that keep people stuck in a place where there is no love. And I think relationship and spirituality is being in close contact with God, knowing that this is where he wants you to be right now. Is no limit to his power. There's no limit to what he wants to do for you and through you. And that's the difference between spirituality and religion. Religion makes you do certain things on a certain day. Spirituality makes you that person every day.
Most definitely. I mean, Yolanda, you're probably one of the rare artists from gospel music that's had crossover success. Why do you think that happened for you at that time?
First of all, I look the part. I think that your presentation always precedes what you have to say. You cannot talk to somebody about, you know, being full of life and rich and all of that, and your health is in bad shape. You can't do it. People won't listen. You cannot talk to people about living a joyful life, and every time they see you, your mouth is stuck out somewhere. Hey, come on, nobody wants to listen to that. Would you want to be talking to me if I was the kind of Christian that was like, every time you said, well, you know, it won't get better? No. You see me, I have a joy and an expectation that comes from a deeper relationship with God, because and I'm not saying that other people don't have it. Please don't misunderstand that. But what I'm saying is, for me, it's like a day. It's like breathing, you know, and it's so comfortable, and it's not, you know, so hard, and it's not harsh. It's very loving. It's very giving, because that's what God does for me.
And when you had that crossover success, I mean, what was that like? What, you know, did you get a big ego? Did you, you know, what was that experience like, and did it teach you anything?
First of all, being the oldest of 6 kids, you can't have nothing. No, I'm just playing. No, you know, I thank God for the way that I was raised. I was raised in a family that loved community. They loved family, and we were all about the betterment of everyone around us. So I knew that with the crossover appeal came, like I said before, extra responsibility to make sure that my family was taken care of, to make sure that people around me were hired to do different jobs that they were capable of doing. What happens when you get this crossover appeal is you get a big, huge financial blessing in order to bless somebody else. I have, you know, sound engineers. I have monitor engineers. I have stage managers. I have people who are in charge of my merchandising. I have folks who sing background. I have a band. So you need people to do what you need to do. I don't do this by myself. So with the crossover appeal came another level to me of excellence.
Most definitely.